paglipas ng taon, mas nagiging mabilis, nakakatakot at madali ang pag-uusig laban sa mga Kristiyano dahil na rin sa pag-usbong ng makabagong teknolohiya. Sa China na pang-23 sa listahan ng 2020 World Watch List, bantay sarado ang kilos ng mga tao dahil sa mga nagkalat na surveillance camera system. Panoorin natin ang ulat na ito mula kay David Curry, CEO ng Open Doors USA, at tunghayan natin ang kwento ng mga Kristiyano sa loob ng China.
I'm being watched. China has the sophistication and technology to monitor its population like no country before it. It feels like these eyes are always accusing. Where are you going? What are you doing? What are you saying? And who do you worship?
In China, what's happened over the last 5 years seems unthinkable. Pastors can be arrested if they don't allow surveillance cameras in their sanctuaries. Authorities can shut down churches at any time. The pressure is growing.
If you are a Christian, it's okay. But if you attend your Sunday service in other location which is not registered or unapproved, then your meeting is illegal.
The increasing religious restriction in recent years, it really tests the church in China. I still remember like 5 years ago, we heard about China government, they started pulling down of crosses from the rooftop of the church buildings.
The persecution here in China is not what it once was 30 years ago. It's not pastors being held in prison for decades or being beaten and dragged out of their churches. It's a very sophisticated and subtle persecution, a squeeze on the freedom of the church in China.
I know a friend, he's a young pastor shepherding a church, and over the past maybe 5 years, this church was growing. And just earlier this year, he told me, if we disagree to register under the government, then my church would be outlawed. The government officials will come today, so please keep praying for us. And then at the end of the day, this friend told me, we have been outlawed.
Despite the pressure, despite the surveillance, God is still doing incredible things.
I know a church in the central part of China. Several years ago, the church will want to move the cross from the church. So they said we shouldn't fight with the authorities, but we kneel down and pray. God will do His work. And I can tell you, nowadays, the cross is still on top of the church.
And Christians in China are trusting God through the pressure, praying that God will use persecution to purify His people.
The response of people, most of the people, it's really encouraged me, because you can see what you really believe in God or something else.
Does prayer encourage the Chinese church?
I think so, because the prayer is so crucial and important.
We have a responsibility to help our brothers and sisters know they aren't alone. China may be number 23 on the 2020 World Watch List, but the believers there are part of our church, part of our family.
Abangan bukas, mula sa Middle East, lumaganap na sa Africa at maging dito sa Southeast Asia ang impluensya ng radical Islamic ideology. At nagre-resulta ito sa marahas na Islamic extremism laban sa mga Kristiyano. Kamusta na nga ba ang mga mananampalataya ni Kristo sa mga bansang ito?